A millionaire CEO was deeply disturbed when he saw a little girl being beaten by her drunk dad. He decided to step in and help her, but his actions shocked everyone around him. Keep watching to find out what he did next. It was a regular day in the city. Cars honked, people chatted, and the sun shone brightly in the sky. But inside a dingy apartment, a little girl named Lily was having the worst day of her life. Her father, Mark, had come home drunk yet again and was in one of his awful moods. Lily's mother had left them a long time ago, and she hadn't seen her since she was just a baby. So it was just her and her dad in the big bad world. And Mark wasn't exactly the best dad out there. In fact, he was the exact opposite of what a good father should be. He would often come home drunk and stay drunk for days, during which he would either sleep or yell at Lily for no reason. When he yelled, he was terrifying, and sometimes he got physical. Today was one of those days. Mark was really angry, and for some reason, Lily had gotten on his nerves. He started yelling at her for some nonsense, and soon his anger got the best of him. He started beating her up, and Lily started crying. She curled up in a ball and tried to protect herself from the pain that her own dad was inflicting on her. Meanwhile, Mark kept on yelling, not caring about the tears of the little girl that he was supposed to love more than anything else in the world. He was drunk and was seeing red. All he could do was yell and scream and beat up his poor daughter. Suddenly he stopped. He had gone completely numb. He looked at Lily, who was crying on the floor, and he felt nothing. It was like he didn't even see his own daughter. Just then, someone knocked on the door. Startled, Mark looked towards the door. He had completely blocked out the outside world and hadn't heard anyone coming in. Who could it be? He opened the door to find a man standing in front of him. It was the CEO of a multi-million-dollar company. But Mark didn't know that. To him, he was just another person who had interrupted his moment. "What do you want?" he asked rudely, not caring at all that his daughter was lying right there on the floor crying her heart out. The CEO looked past him and saw the little girl. His heart broke at the sight of her. He could tell that she was hurt and scared. He knew he had to do something, but what? Taking care of a kid was not an easy task, especially if you didn't know anything about kids. But still, he couldn't just leave her there with that monster. Thinking for a moment, he made a decision. "I'll take care of her for a while," he told Mark, ignoring the rude look he got in return. He picked Lily up without even asking and walked out, leaving Mark alone in his apartment. Mark didn't care. In fact, he was happy to be rid of Lily for a while, even if it was just for a couple of hours until he sobered up. To him, she was nothing but trouble. Meanwhile, the CEO had taken Lily to a restaurant near his office. He bought her food and talked to her, trying to make her feel better. For a while, it worked. Lily was still scared, but she liked the attention. For the first time in a long time, someone was giving her love and care, and it felt amazing. The CEO even hired a nanny to take care of her. He wanted to make sure that she was okay before doing anything else. But how could he ever forget about her once she was back with that monster? No, he would never do that. He talked to the police and told them about Mark. They came and arrested him, and then they took Lily away from that horrible place. No one had ever cared for Lily like that before. It was hard for her to believe that someone actually loved her, but she was determined to hold on to this feeling. From that day on, Lily lived with the CEO. He became her legal guardian and gave her everything she had ever wanted: clothes, shoes, toys, books. He even hired the best tutors to make sure that she had the best education money could buy. But the most important thing he gave her was his love and affection. He showed her what it meant to be loved by a parent, something her biological parents had failed to do. In the end, it was the millionaire CEO who gave Lily a second chance at life. If he hadn't stepped in when he did, things could have turned out very differently.